I decided to leave the house, go finish the initial web design homepage concept. So if you saw my last website in a week, you would know that Monday is a full design day. So this is when I do the fonts, the color palette, make sure I have all the images, and I'm designing the full website. So it's one of the busiest days of the week, to be honest. So I got feedback on, we have the fonts chosen. We're a little unsure about the colors. So I'm gonna build the homepage and see if we like how it looks all put together, and then adjust the colors from there. But I'm gonna work at the coffee shop. I'm gonna design all the pages here. I just needed to like get out of the house. I feel like I'm more creative sometimes when I'm out and about. So I'm gonna design the homepage, get that over to her, make sure I'm on the right path, and then we'll get into the interior pages. And then tomorrow is when she will provide all feedback. I'll make all revisions on the designs, and we'll make sure that's perfect before I develop it. So I'll show you guys behind the scenes of me designing. End of day one of website in a week, and I realized I didn't give you guys an update, but I fully finished the website design. So today is when I just do the full design, and then tomorrow is when I implement revisions and prepare the WordPress login and everything, which I actually already did because I'm trying to just be a little ahead of it this week. And also I had a family thing come up tomorrow because my sister is getting married in a couple months, and they're gonna try the food, and it's really close to where I live. So I'm thinking I'm gonna leave tomorrow evening to meet up with my family. And I got nervous about it because I know these website in a weeks is like a lot of my time. So I'm gonna see how tomorrow goes. But Wednesday is when that event is. So I'm hoping tomorrow I can get a lot done, but tomorrow we'll be implementing the edits and revisions, preparing the WordPress, and probably starting the development, because then Wednesday is a full development day. And I do have a developer that is going to help me a little bit just so I'm on time with everything. And then Thursday we have a call scheduled already to walk through everything. And then Friday is when we launch. So I'm excited. It was a really good first day. The colors took a little bit to nail down, and I'm not sure if we're even set on it yet, but I think so. I think the website turned out really good. So I'll show you guys what it looks like first thing tomorrow, but I'm tired. It was a long work day. I'm just actually catching up on a few other client things right now. It's like 10 o'clock at night, but I'm catching up on a little bit of that and making sure my YouTube video is good for Wednesday. So I'm trying to balance it all, but it was a good first day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, don't judge me. I'm wearing the same sweatshirt, but I just had a really good call with a potential CPA that I might be hiring. I feel like one of the hardest parts of business is figuring out when to like outsource things. But the financial side of my business is just the part where I'm like, I don't really love doing that, and I also am not like educated enough to know where to be putting my money, and also like the tax side of everything. So I just had a call with her. I'm potentially considering it, but yeah, it was a really good, helpful call. Anyway, I'm at the coffee shop. I'm gonna work here and finish up the edits for the website in a week. Today is revision day, so I will be making all changes, setting up the WordPress, which I already did, and just making sure we have everything good to go for tomorrow's development day. And then I also sometimes try and develop today to get ahead, but let's go to the coffee shop. I'll take you guys with me. So I'm actually on my way to meet my family in Tahoe, which is really close to me. It's like an hour. So I know you're probably like, how is she leaving during a website in a week? I got so much done today. I finished the design, I got it approved, and I already started developing. So I filmed a little bit of that, but I already started developing, feel really good about that. And I actually have, I think I mentioned, a developer that's gonna help me tomorrow get ahead. And then I'll be back in the afternoon, so I'll be able to develop throughout the night. So I'm not too worried. Honestly, there's so much time in the day, and that's what website in a week opens my eyes to. Anyway, wanted to update you guys. I'll show you what I do tonight with my family. It is Thursday. I know I didn't really like talk to the camera a whole lot yesterday, but I did have family come up, which was kind of like a last minute visit with them. So they came up yesterday, and that was like an hour drive for me to go to the beautiful Lake Tahoe. I live really close to that. So I was like, I'm gonna go. We got to try all my sister's wedding food because she's getting married in 3 months up there. So it's gonna be such a pretty wedding. I'm like super excited for that. But so yeah, in July we're gonna be having the wedding, and I got to try all the wedding food with her and like the wine and all that. So I knew that yesterday I'd be like a little bit far from my computer. I woke up early and I stayed up late just making sure the project was still on track, but I did hire a developer to help me just stay on track with everything yesterday, and she knocked it out of the park. Like, she did so good and finished the development, like pretty much most of it. I took 2 pages and she was able to do all of it and make it mobile friendly. So I'm like, that took so much time off my plate. And today is usually when I just double check everything, move it over to her hosting account, and just make sure we're good to launch. And then I'll probably create some like launch graphics for her. But yeah, so I'll show you guys what the website's looking like, but I wanted to give you a little update on yesterday and why I wasn't really talking to the camera, why I was like out having fun. And honestly, that's kind of like a beautiful part of being your own boss. You can hire people, you can outsource, and you can have that freedom and flexibility as long as you are guiding it and providing the things that the client needs to be happy. So Anyway, that's what we did yesterday. It was super fun, but I'm gonna head inside. I just worked out, went to the gym. I'm trying to stay on track with my plan still. Yesterday I ate a little out of my normal, which is fine, but I want to feel really good and really healthy. So I'm gonna go inside, eat my overnight oats, and we'll get to work, and I'll show you guys how the website's coming along. But I love these services. I know that I said this in the last vlog. I love this service. It's like so good for me because I focus really good. I'm really good under pressure, so having like a short period of time to get something done, I actually like prefer that, to be honest, especially if I can focus on like one thing at a time. But yeah, so today I'll also catch up on other client work and we'll just get ahead of the game. But I'll talk to you guys a little later. Guys, the time has come where I'm going to be transferring the site I designed to her WordPress login. So I set up her WordPress for her and made sure the SSL certificate's good and everything. But what I did was I installed the all-in-one WP migration plugin. Sorry, I just ran up the stairs, and now I'm gonna add the same one to the site where I have it designed. So I'm gonna do that now before I make any more edits to the website. I wanna just get it over on the actual domain, and then we can make all the final touches, make sure all the links are working. So let's do it. So I'm gonna go over here, WP migration. Usually it loads it for me, but just load it up for her. So install. I build my websites on a temporary domain, and then once I'm ready to transfer it over, that's when I do that. So if you're wondering about that, so I have the WP migration now. So what I would do is just export it to a file. Actually, I'm going to stop that because I want to make sure I have all the settings right. So I go to advanced options. So you can make sure that all of these are good, and then, so it's gonna export the entire site, which is actually perfect. That's exactly what I need. So I'm gonna go export to file. The nice thing is I can have it on the temporary domain still, and her website has nothing on it, so I don't have to worry about me replacing anything that we need to back up or anything existing. It's kind of easy for me to do this for her. So now I'm just gonna download it. That's actually not too big, so that's really good. That means all my images are sized properly. So now I'm gonna go over to, I'm gonna close this because I don't wanna get confused. I'm gonna go over to this area. We're gonna click import instead. And now I'm going to, basically I could even just drag it in here and it's just gonna load it on up. It's so easy, so simple. I love using this plugin to transfer over my sites.
Oh, yeah. Damn. 10
Okay guys, I was having issues uploading through the WP migration. It kept freezing at 100%, which was so frustrating because I'd let it load and then it was like frozen. So I found a video that walked me through how to do this. I swear YouTube has everything you need to know. But I watched that video, and basically what I had to do was go into the file manager, which I don't really like doing. I feel like I get nervous editing that, but it's a completely blank installation, so I'm not worried that I'm gonna like mess anything up. But I went to the file manager, then I went into public HTML, clicked the backups folder and the WP content area, and I'm basically uploading that backup there from the site design. And then once that's uploaded, then I can go into the WP migration plugin and click restore from a backup. So that's the way I'm kind of working around this from that video that I just watched. So I'll let you guys know if that works. Sometimes when you make a website live, it's a little stressful because things like this happen. It's one of my least favorite parts of website design, is like actually making it live, making sure it's all good, but we're almost done. We're gonna get it up for her, and I want to send her the link soon so that she can kind of look at it before our call tomorrow. But I just want to make sure it's all good before I send the link. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'll update you guys in a few. Alright guys, the backup is there when I go to the backup area and all-in-one migration. So now I'm just gonna hit download or restore. Let me watch this video again to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna click restore. I don't know why I did not click that before. That makes sense. So I'm gonna click on that and it should upload the site for me now. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck again. Okay, cool. See, that just was letting me know it's gonna overwrite everything, which is totally fine. That's what we want. So we'll see if this does the trick. It's loading fast actually, so I'm excited. I said this is my least favorite part, but it is kind of exciting knowing that it's just like transferring everything over. Activating the plugins and hoping this does the trick. The thing with that video was, oh my gosh, yay. Okay, you must save your permanently structure twice. Okay, let's open that in a new tab. Okay, so I'm gonna log in, make sure everything's good, and I'll come back to you guys. Okay guys, I'm just making sure the permalinks are all good. So we want it by post name. Perfect. Usually when I'm in here, I just want to double check that so I'm gonna change the site title, tagline, all of this, make sure it's all good. I'm also want to change her admin email so it's not mine. But for the reveal, let's click on visit site and make sure it's all good. We have our Divi in here. I might need to add an API code though, just so it does that. But let's see what it looks like. Go to pages, view. Come on. Yay! Alright, so most of it's here. There's some weird formatting things going on. I think it's still loading, so we'll give it some time. done with website in a week, so I wanted to give you guys a full rundown review of how this week went, because this is really only my second time offering this service, but I have completely fallen in love with this service. So this week I designed a 5-page, it was like a 5 to 6 page website for a client that reached out a few months ago. She found me on Instagram or TikTok, one of them, and she has her own business where she makes sourdough bread and has a sourdough starter, and it just seemed like a really fun project and a really simple but really aesthetic looking website. So I was like, I'm in, let's do this. So we built her website on WordPress, and she actually already had a WordPress account, so it worked out really perfectly. I think that in situations where maybe they don't have hosting yet, they don't have their domain yet, they want you to do a full setup for them, it might not be the best client for this kind of service, because the hosting setup alone is a little bit time consuming, and I ran into a few issues this week with the hosting, and that can be the most stressful part of a website, especially like WordPress websites. Making sure that all of that's good is probably the hardest part. So I would probably say that if you have a client that doesn't have that, maybe it's not the best service. But with her, she had HostGator, which is a hosting account I am sort of familiar with. So I was able to go into HostGator and ran into an issue there because we thought that our hosting platform could have more than one domain on it, but unfortunately she would have to upgrade to have more than one domain. But the way that they were showing that they couldn't have an add-on domain was confusing, and I thought that maybe I just wasn't doing it right, so I dug around for like a few hours trying to figure out any other option instead of upgrading. But we came to the conclusion that upgrading is probably the best option for her, so we can keep both domains and have both separate websites instead of having to like swap the primary domain. And so as you can see, it was a lot of settings and figuring that out. So I would make sure that when you are doing a website in a week that you have all of that planned out, ready to go. You've logged into their WordPress and checked everything before the week starts. That way you're good to go, because that was one little hiccup we had, but we got it figured out, and luckily it propagated really quickly, so I was able to transfer her website over and make it live on time. But this week was really successful. I feel like that was the only time where there was a little bit of questions, but another time that there was not an issue, but something that wasn't part of the plan was my family was visiting this week for a really fun little wedding food tasting for my sister, and I ahead of time probably could have blocked out that week, but I did not know until they were planning out their week coming here. So with that said, I do recommend having a developer or someone that can help you if you feel that maybe things might come up, and you just want to have someone on speed dial so you can call them and ask them if they can help you out, because I knew that was going to happen the week before the website in a week started, so I was able to look around and find a developer to help me out on that specific day. So I was a little nervous. I always get nervous outsourcing any work of mine, but I saw her work and I knew that she's comfortable and I wouldn't have to be like guiding or teaching. So she was able to get me ahead on Wednesday, which Wednesday is the development day. And that worked out perfectly because I was able to just send her everything, and we had like a Google Doc going, and she had an Adobe subscription, so I was able to add her to my Adobe XD. It was seamless and perfect, and by the time I got home on Wednesday after visiting my family, pretty much most of the website was developed. So at the end of the week, I really got a lot done in a quick amount of time because of that help, and I'm just so grateful for that. And honestly, it got me thinking that maybe moving forward I would always have a developer helping maybe. So that was kind of an exciting thing I got to test out and experiment with. But overall, I feel like it went so well. I was texting with her as a form of communication, and I feel like anytime you're texting, it's quicker replies. It was just, she's amazing. She was really good at like getting back to me and being honest with feedback, which helped so much. So everything went so smooth, and I'm so happy with how the website turned out. I just showed you guys some clips of what it looks like, and I'm excited to just make the little final touches. I just filmed a bunch of tutorial videos for her so she can know how to edit on her own if she needs to do that. So I feel really good. It's only 2 o'clock on Friday and I feel really good about things, and I'm just excited to keep offering this moving forward. So yeah, everything went well though. I am totally open to any questions you guys have on this service. I know last vlog I split it up into like day 1 and 2, and this is like the full week vlog, but I enjoyed filming it for you guys too, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But I'm excited to continue filming these, making like a series out of it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate it so much if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.